We're talking about heart journals, and I found that one of the most powerful ways to access emotions is to kind of find the best metaphors to express really what is going on in your life without having to try to interpret, just actually using a metaphor. So I think that some of the most convenient metaphors of, say, understanding the self or one's experience or even one's heart could be perhaps to say, let's look at mosaics and the texture of experience. Or we could also talk about screens and how we live our lives behind a screen and the patterns in the screens that we use. What are those about? And how do we see life and experience filtered through screens? We only see partially, correct? And then at the same time, we can say, look at the way that we express our lives by means of language and expression. So here we have a candle guiding our way in the darkness. We can also say we have a book, the heart journal, and metaphoric things that we have in that. And of course we can back up and say, let's look at the mirrors that reflect the screens upon mirrors upon reflections. Where on earth do you actually get a clear picture of where things are and what things are? And then we go up and see more screens, more reflections, and then of course finally the light that is a source of illumination. But ultimately, that illumination could be considered a bit false because it's artificially generated. So let's look again at this really interesting reflection here. A screen within a reflection within the empty field that does not seem to have any kind of person within it. Yet, the interpretive act is all about our personhood and our identity and how we get to know ourselves and how and why we feel the need to know ourselves. So again, I like to go back to the entire concept of the mosaic, the texture, the screen, the pouch, the box, the cupboard, the chest that holds secrets. Here we have a chest that could have many secrets in these drawers. So let's look again at this, and in the meantime, think about how we can start to approach ourselves, our lives, the metaphors, the patterns, the abstractions that constitute the heart journal.